everybody, my name is Victoria Wyman and this is my YouTube channel, Victoria's Productions, and in this video I want to talk about the truth from becoming a modern woman to becoming a mother and a wife. I have some notes on here just so I don't start to ramble, because I will ramble. Right now I'm 8 months pregnant and this is my first child, so we're in my daughter's room right now. I put up these beautiful velvet blackout curtains, and I got these like beautiful butterflies from Amazon that I've kind of put all over her room. Her room's not finished yet, so I don't really want to show it until it's like fully finished. But I'm 8 months pregnant right now. I've been kind of reluctant on posting videos on my YouTube channel because I was kind of like, who's even watching this stuff? I feel like I'm kind of talking to myself, but I screenshot my subscribers from February till now, and it's August, and I have like an additional 272 subscribers, which is a big deal to me because that's a lot of freaking people. 272 people are a lot of people. So I'm like, you know what? Obviously, whatever I'm saying, it's somebody finds some interest in it, and I hope you guys get something from this. I don't want to waste anybody's time. And so I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel and being so kind and, you know, liking the videos or, you know, watching the videos. I definitely appreciate it. This is a hot topic, and it's been a hot topic for a while. And society has changed tremendously because we have women out there making great money, making boss moves, and I mean outshining a lot of men out there. And it's changed the dynamics of dating, and it's changed the dynamics of relationships. And I think that men are kind of like taken aback by it, and it's caused changes in them, and it's caused changes in us. And so we're kind of odd because I don't know, maybe you guys can relate to me. But I want to go on my backstory just briefly. I grew up with a single mother, and the women in my family are very dominant and very dominant. So I grew up with these very strong-minded, headstrong women, which is in return, it just happens this way, I'm very strong, very headstrong. And the majority of the women in my family are not married. And so you can only see, you know, the likelihood of me being married is unlikely because I come from very headstrong women that aren't married, which means that I also did not have a lot of men in my life that, you know, I didn't have experience with a lot of men in my life, like a father. I did not have a father in my life to show me how to treat a man, how to treat a potential, like, you know, my future husband, which I'm married now, but my future husband, how to deal with the male ego, how to deal with just dealing with men every day. So I didn't get that. And so I could be a very, very strong at times. And so I've had to check myself because I don't feel that if you want to be in a relationship or be married to a man, men are not like women at all. They're completely different. They're way more simple, I think, than what we women are. I can meet somebody, and just by how their body language is, I could tell instantly that they don't like me instantly. Where my husband doesn't see that at all. He just doesn't pick up on that. But women will pick up on that. And just even by how someone's dressed, how they present themselves, you can see how you can kind of go about how you can communicate with them. And I feel that women are able to pick that up very easily than what men are. So because I grew up with not much male figures in my life and a single mother, one of the things that my grandmother has instilled in me is to make sure that you take care of yourself and do not depend on any man to be able to take care of yourself. And with that being said, just that statement within itself, it's like, you know what? I need to go out there. I need to figure it out. And they did not show me how to, they didn't show me how to make money. They didn't show me how to operate in this life. I had to learn this all on my own by just seeing it for myself, seeing different women on how they carry themselves, seeing how men treat those women, and what do I want out of life, and who has what I want out of life, and how can I obtain those things. And so it was very difficult, especially in the beginning of, like, my young adult life, trying to navigate through that, because the trying to get money as a woman when you don't have any skills. I didn't have any education. My family did not save up any money for my education, and it was very difficult for me because I knew I needed money now. I did it. I couldn't wait 4 years in college and go through college. I couldn't even afford college to be able to get this like phenomenal job. I didn't have that. I needed money like today. And so it was very difficult. I did go and do a little bit of college, but it wasn't the like the bachelor's degree in something. And I didn't get to do that, which I've always been very self-conscious of that, because I wanted that really bad, and I wasn't able to do it because I didn't have the money for it. So, just like, that's my background. I've always had to figure it out on my own. I was out there making moves, which has made me very dominant, made me very masculine in a way, because whatever's out there, I have to take it. That's just what it is. Like, I gotta, whatever those opportunities are, I gotta take them, and I gotta make the best out of it and move. And I can't allow anything to put me down. I can't depend on anybody for my success. That's what I have to do. So I feel that a lot of women, a lot of modern women today, have that same background, and they grew up with women, and some of them, they had mothers who did depend on their husbands, and they had divorces, or they just didn't like the feeling of not accomplishing something for themselves, and it was a fear that they did not want their kid to have to go through that. So they kind of instilled that in their daughters as well. So not everybody has the same harsh, background as me, with the single mother, no father, having to struggle, no college degree, things like that. But I think that we can relate in that same realm, and I think a lot of women can relate in that same realm as well. So that's where I go with my background and how I came about with that. Now, currently, I am married, and my husband and I have a business, and it's in a very male-dominated business. So I would say about 90%, 95% maybe, probably even 98% are men. And I'm dealing with a lot of male masculinity, dominance. And, construction is intense, because that's our industry is in construction. So it's very intense. And showing weakness to anybody in our industry, people will steal. Like, customers that we have will be like, oh, well, I don't want to pay for that. Well, I don't want to pay for that. It's not $5, not $20, not even $100. It's $20,000. And it's $15,000, $40,000. And people will literally have you go out of your own pocket to pay for something if you don't stand up for yourself. And if you're not really putting their feet to the fire, you don't have your facts right. Which a woman like myself, I'm very dominant, and I've always had like this confrontation thing, because that's how I've had to grow up my entire life, being very confrontational, being very direct, and so that people know exactly what I need and what I want. I don't want I'm not going to allow someone to just run all over me, and I didn't at least go and I didn't put up a good fight, a really good fight. So, in this industry, I think that, I wouldn't have even gotten into this industry if it wasn't for my husband. So I'm blessed because I have this inner beast in me that is just, to me, I think it's just so strong. It's so amazing. Just the feeling of, you just feel alive, being able to be able to debate something, negotiate something, and actually make moves like that. It's a great feeling, because the majority of my life, I felt like a freaking loser. I did not feel good. I felt that, life was just happening to me. I remember when I was younger going through college, and I was taking some prereqs at a community college, and they took out uh, all of my money out of my account, where I had no money to eat, no money for transportation because I was taking the bus. And then it went negative. My account went negative. And it was the most crushing feeling I could ever tell you, because I was doing everything in my power to try to just get ahead. I just wanted to be able to survive, and I couldn't do that. And it was frustrating. It was angry. It made me sad. It made me just everything, because I didn't have anybody to give me money to help me out. And not consistently. I would have somebody, like my grandmother would give me money here and there when she could, but my mother wasn't giving me money like that. She I don't even think she gave me any money before I was 16. I mean, she did when maybe before I was 16, maybe $5-10 here and there, but not much. And my father gave nothing, so I had to feed myself. If it wasn't at home and we didn't have food at home, and I was out and about and I was hungry, I had to figure that shit out on my own. So I go back to, when I was at Chase, and I remember it was a long day. I was working like these popcorn jobs because that's all I could get at the mall. And after my shift, I'm walking over, and it's like brutally hot. I'm in Arizona, and it's like over 100 degrees outside. Walking over to the Chase Bank, and I walk in. I'm like, guys, like, I really need you guys to take at least like some of these fees off, because the fees back then were like $25 a day. And I'm just like, I can't, like, even if you can reverse the college charge, I won't even go to college. I'm at this point where I'm literally starving, and I have no way to feed myself when I'm out and about. I just, it's whatever that's at home, which takes me like 2 hours just one way just to get home from the bus. But I don't have food. I don't have anything to eat, guys. I don't have like transportation. And so I'm like in the bank crying, like bawling, freaking crying. And thank God he reversed some charges. I think he gave me like $70 or something back in charges. And I was like, we need to figure this out, because I can't have this keep happening to me. Like, I really can't. And so, like I said before, I felt like a freaking loser. And when you grow up and you don't have men to be there for you, to support you, you don't have a father to support you, and you have to be out there, you have to struggle on your own, you have to really see how life is. I get choked up because it's like, people get so hard on women, but there's the reason why we become who we become as a modern woman. It's not like, oh, we just decide this and we don't want to be agreeable. It's not that. It's because life has served us some serious lemons, man. And for us to get to where we are now, we don't want to get rid of it. We can't get rid of that, like, because it took us so long just to get here. And so, like I said before, I'm in construction. And so being there, being on site, having these discussions, having these debates, it fuels me. It makes me feel alive. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. Even in my relationship, I feel like I'm doing my part. Like, I'm doing that 50%. I'm putting in my work, period. So, and my husband, he's fantastic, and he does his part of it. I do my part of it. And we don't, like, whatever we go and we do, I try very hard not to overstep into his realm, and then he tries really hard not to overstep into my part of it too. But there is a hierarchy when it comes to our business, and he is the one who makes all the decisions, like the final actual decisions. But he does it very respectfully. But in all reality, I have a respect and you know what? If we can't come to an agreement, we're just gonna go with yours. All right, I'm back. I had to go pick up my husband. So, a little brief intermission. Anyways, I run a business. That's the main thing that goes with it. It's in construction. It's male dominated. And, with that being said, me being a woman, showing like emotion, getting super emotional, it's not the best thing when you're dealing with this industry. Mainly because it's male dominant. But in other industries, you might be able to do that, and it's more acceptable because there's more women in the field, so they get it. But men, they don't get it at all. Now the thing is that I'm part owner in the company as well. So with that being said, I know a lot of women, they're like, I want some ownership when it comes to business. I want to be an owner so that I know that I'm okay. Obviously nothing is secure in this life, but when you have ownership in a company, you have to make sure for whoever else that you're partners with that if you're going to be having a baby or you're going to be taking next steps in your life or there's going to be changes in your life, that your responsibilities are not going to be left for them to figure out. And even though my husband is, fantastic, I made promises that I was going to show up when it came down to like our business day-to-day operations. And so that's one thing, is that just because I'm having a baby, I wanted that ownership. I didn't want to be like this stay-at-home mom that just took care of the house and things like that. And before we started the business before we were even married. So I was like, listen, I'm going to be 100%. I'm going to put my all into it just so that I can have some ownership in this. And so that's one of the, I would say the cons of it is that you can't really sit back and chill and go through this new chapter of your life without having to make sure that you're still producing on one end as well. So I hope that makes sense on that part. So that's a little bit of a con when you're doing business as a potential, like you're looking into having a baby in the future. Now, during pregnancies, that's me currently, and there's a lot of changes that happen during pregnancy that that's going to cause problems in running your business, just because it's, this is a whole situation. People are going to treat you differently. They're just that's just the way that it is. You know what I mean? Me coming in a meeting with the belly, all the guys go straight to my belly and they're like, they're not really telling me how it is, or not as direct, which at some people they think that, oh, that's a good thing, but I don't. If there's issues, I like for people to address it and not put into account that I'm pregnant, that I can't handle the hard truths and I can't handle problems. Or if I have to get on a job site, that I can't get on a job site because I'm a risk. That sucks. It super sucks, because it's like, okay, dude, I still can operate. I can still think. I can still do things. I can still move things around. Obviously, in some situations, I can't. Now that I'm way bigger, when I was like probably 4 months, I wasn't really showing, so nobody knew. But I was going on job sites like normal, and nobody knew what was really going on yet. So it wasn't a big deal. It wasn't really distracting in meetings. But like if you get upset, you get emotional, anything, they blame or they put it towards, oh, she's pregnant. She's just, she's a pregnant lady. And that gets a little annoying. It gets a little annoying. So you're obviously going to have tons of appointments. So I believe it goes to once a month to every 2 weeks, then it goes down to every week. And so what I was trying to do before I got pregnant was hire somebody in the office and then move them up to an office manager, so that I could take that time. But in the current climate that we're in, I'm not capable of doing that, because people want more advancement, they want more money, and it's just, you have to bring more to the table in order for that to happen. And a lot of people that I've found are not willing to bring more to the table unless there's like $1 added to it, which it's like some of the stuff that I need people to do, it doesn't cost that much time to do. So every time I add a new task, you're like, okay, well, I need more money. I need more money. And it's not like back in the day where you put 5 cents on somebody's check. They want like 1, 10, 1, 5, 15, 20 bucks added on to their hourly rate. And so it gets really expensive. And so if you're not an employer, you don't get it. You're not going to get it. You're going to think, oh, well, that's not a big deal. Well, the pennies matter. So after like a year of paying somebody that, and they're not actually producing, it costs me way more money. Plus time and a half, once you go over the 40, it gets really expensive. And so that's one thing that sucks, is I haven't been able to find somebody to be complacent and have a management position. So that kind of sucks. So I still have to do my, run business as is. And then uncomfortability of being pregnant. So it's the just being just overall uncomfortable, moody, back hurts, stomach hurts, everything fucking hurts, everything hurts, and everything's uncomfortable. And it's just like, you're way more, you don't have the patience to deal with nonsense as much either. So you want to be in, out, and be over with. I go into the office every single day. I do not skip days. Pregnancy to me is not, I'm a business owner, so pregnancy to me is not, oh, I'm not feeling well, so I'm not coming in today. No, it is my responsibility to make sure that those checks are being cashed every week. Business is coming in, and if we're slow, it's because I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. So that's why it's like, women that are modern women, if you don't have, also you have to have some sort of support system as well. So when you are getting prepared to have a child and you're running a business, a lot of the stuff, the primary stuff, is going to go to the responsibility of the mother. And it's just the way it is, guys. It is what it is. And you have to know this before you sign up for it. That's why, having a partner, having a husband or a partner that can support you and support this new chapter in life, because it's going to be intense. Dealing with the insurance, the hospital, the OB, making sure that, you're staying calm and not over, stressing yourself, trying to stay fit too while you're pregnant, which is also another thing that a lot of people don't do, because this is a lot to handle. Getting your stroller, your car seats, your, if you're going to be breastfeeding, getting the room together, getting the crib and the bassinet, and all of these things that, getting the baby added to the insurance after you have the baby. There's so many things that happen, and they get thrown at you, and they typically get thrown at the mother. It's just the way that it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to speak for all men, but I don't think that's a lot of their strong suits. So you're going to get stuck with that. And doing that and making sure you have, if you have a supportive husband or supportive wife or whoever, supportive partner, they're going to pick up, Pampers and Huggies and baby wipes, and if you're not breastfeeding, Similac, and get outfits and dolls and different stuff for the kids so that it's easier for you. But there's way more behind the scenes stuff that no one tells you about that you're going to need, like the diaper bag, not the diaper bag, the hospital bag. My husband knows nothing about the hospital bag. And so I have to prep this hospital bag, and I have no clue what I'm prepping for. So I'm like Googling and trying to research all these things. And then I'm also trying to try to manage a business at the same time. It's a lot. It's a lot. So for any man, first off, any man that is going to say, oh, you should be focused on being a mom. This is a lot of work. It is hard work. I don't feel that pregnant women and mothers get enough support, get enough praise for going through this. For example, I just went to go we just bought a stroller and a car seat for our baby today. And, one lady, she said that she ended up having her baby prematurely at 29 weeks. And it's just all this stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, you must have been scared to death. And, they're like, oh yeah, but he was healthy. But no one looks at the mom. No one looks at hey, you must have been scared. Really, because you're holding this baby, and you're hoping that you're doing everything that you can that you're support, because if anything happens to the baby, they blame the mother first before anything. Anything happens, okay, what were you doing that caused this to happen? So I know that she had to be scared to death. I instantly went to, oh my God, are you okay? She was fine. She kind of breezed over it. But these are the things as women, we're so used to being, me being single, and I didn't get pregnant until I'm 30. How old am I? I'm 32. I got pregnant at 31, and when I'm 31, and I waited because I wanted specific things that I knew for sure that I wanted. And one thing is I had to be married. That was a fact. But I had to be married to the right person that wanted kids. I did not want to be married to just anybody. I didn't want a husband just to say I had a husband. I wanted to be married, have a support person that wanted what I wanted out of life, and that was to have children. Second thing is I always wanted to be a mother. I felt that was within me. I felt like it was something that God, like, just my beliefs, and I think that's like a purpose. That was like my purpose. I was going to be a mother one day. And so me not having kids, that wasn't even I knew I wanted them. So I had to be with someone who wanted them. My next thing is that also, we've been very successful. And, with success, there's a lot of hiccups and issues and problems that come with that too. But we've been successful in the business that we started. And what I've noticed is that when the money comes and you buy something nice and you buy something fancy, the thrill of that is very short-lived. And, I've always felt, and I may change my mind about this, you don't know what you're going to get. I don't know what kind of mother I'm going to be. I pray that I'm going to be a good mother. But it's sort of a way that you're putting, it's like a piece of you that's out there, and you get to raise this little human and see, like, kind of re-experience life all over again. All of those first times you get to experience through their eyes, and you get to, teach them the right ways of life and all the mistakes that you've made and the things that you want them to do in their life. And it's a blessing. It's beautiful and it's a blessing. However, it's not for everybody. And so, I know that you guys are hearing a lot of guys, very conservative guys, which I consider myself conservative. However, I just think that if you don't have it within your soul that you want to be a mother, period, I would not push yourself to it. Now, you do run out of time, because, like, I believe it's after 35 it starts to decline, like, you don't have the eggs. So if you don't have, like, the support, I would definitely make sure that you have a partner that is going to be 100%, and you guys can, and you don't know what anyone's going to do in the future. So, even if you were to get a good partner and you were going to get a husband that was fantastic or a wife that's fantastic, you don't know for sure if they're going to want to be with you. You just don't know. You don't know what that is, but you want to set up your child for success and do the best that you possibly can do. And that's, getting married, or I don't know what the other thing is, but getting married and starting a life together and having a good stable foundation, and then kind of moving from there. So let me see. Other than that, I don't know. I think I touched on everything. I hope you guys liked the video. I try not to make it very long-winded. I hope I wasn't everywhere. But these are points that I really think that, modern women that are in business, that are doing good in whatever job or business that they're in, and they're just like, I want to be a mother, but I don't know if it's really worth it. I think this is a good video for that, because, you talk to some mothers. I've talked to mothers before I got pregnant, and they were just like, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. And I was like, well, I need more than that. I need more than that. What do you mean don't have a baby? That's a big deal. And I think that they just lost sort of their independence. They weren't able to go out there and make moves. And I've been able to do that. And it's hard to have to step back. But obviously I have to step back because a child's involved now. But it's definitely a sacrifice. But it's a sacrifice that you have to be willing to make. You have to know that you're willing to make. And, not to be selfish about just yourself, thinking that you have a child that you have to raise, and it's not about the business. The business is no longer your only child. Now you have another one. So, good luck, ladies. I hope it helped. If it helped, subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave a comment. Even if you don't agree with me, which I know that there are people who will not agree, but this is my personal experience. I'm actually in business. I'm doing it. I'm successful. I'm a mother, 8 months pregnant. I'm due, in like a few, like in, what is it, 7 weeks? 6 or 7 weeks? Something like that. So I'm doing it, and this is what my current experience is, and you're gonna have those experiences as well. You know, going through this, because it's a fight. It's like, it's a fight. It's a fight, because you know, you can't go and just do your own thing anymore. Now you have now you have a baby to take care of. So hope you guys liked the video. Like, subscribe to my channel, Victorious Productions, and if there's another video you'd like for me to do, leave it in the comments and we'll discuss. All right, guys, see you later.